No one would have thought that a small side project by a Chinese hedge fund would shake up the entire tech world. OpenAI, Nvidia, and Google AI were the main competitors in the race, but last week DeepSeek, which is a Chinese AI startup, changed the entire game. Seeing DeepSeek's performance, the US stock market and all the tech stocks have crashed. Nvidia's stock price fell by 17% in just one day, wiping out $500 billion from its market cap. For Indian context, Reliance's market cap is a total of $250 billion, which means a Chinese AI startup wiped out a market cap double that size with just one move. And even more shocking is the fact that only $6 million was spent to train DeepSeek's AI model, and this is a fractional cost compared to OpenAI's $100 million and Google Gemini's $200 million. And some people are even questioning the timing of this AI. Exactly on the day of Donald Trump's US presidential swearing-in ceremony, on the same day, China released this AI to the world. So exactly what is DeepSeek, why and how is it better than ChatGPT, and is it really good or just another conspiracy by China? Let's find out in this video. DeepSeek's story's most crazy thing is that it was not created by any big tech company or any tech giant. This was a side project of a hedge fund manager from China called Liang Wenfeng. This fund basically used to do quantitative trading in the stock market and also used to do crypto trading and crypto mining. And for all these things, they have a lot of outdated GPUs. So this hedge funds managers thought that our GPUs are not used on weekends because on weekends the stock market is closed. So why don't we use these GPUs and start creating our own AI model as a side project? And this small side project in a few months became a disruptive development in the entire AI tech world. And as you would have guessed, this side project is basically DeepSeek. And DeepSeek is not a new AI. DeepSeek has been known to the entire AI and tech world for a long time. But the first model of DeepSeek was not so advanced that people take it very seriously. DeepSeek AI also has two models, R10 and R1. R10 is trained by using reinforcement learning. It was not at the level of ChatGPT or Google Gemini, so R10 did not create much impact. But a few days earlier, on the 25th of January, when Donald Trump's presidential swearing-in ceremony took place, on that day DeepSeek released its R1 model, and this model has changed the game. The R1 model is also basically based on R10, but in the R1 model, along with reinforcement learning, supervised learning has also been done. Most AI models like GPT-4, Google Gemini or Claude rely on supervised learning. In supervised learning, basically the AI model has a very big database in which labeling is provided, indicating what is right, what is wrong, or what the output of something is. On the other hand, reinforcement learning, there is no such database where it is told what is right, what is wrong. AI algorithm by using trial and error learns. If I explain to you with a simple example, if I want to teach a small child what is apples and oranges, then I will put a lot of fruits in front of it, and on apples I will write apple, on oranges I will write oranges. Then the child will understand by looking at apples, these are apples and these are oranges. This is called supervised learning, in which you teach an AI model with labeling what is right, what is wrong. On the other hand, reinforcement learning algorithm by using trial and error learns what is right and what is wrong. By doing the right thing, it gets a reward, and by doing the wrong thing, it gets a punishment. If we understand this from the example of a child, then let's say we have kept a child in a room and there is a socket. The child will automatically go to that socket. If he puts his finger in that socket, then he will get a small shock, and this will be a negative experience for him, and this will make the child understand that I should not put my finger in this socket. This is an example of reinforcement learning. In the same room, if the child goes to a chocolate while walking and eats the chocolate for the first time, he feels it is sweet and he gets a reward that this was a very good thing. So next time he will go to more things like chocolate and less to things like socket. And this is an example of reinforcement learning, where an algorithm or a child learns by doing trial and error what is right and what is wrong. And again, your major AI models like GPT, Gemini or Claude are trained using supervised learning. DeepSeek's R10 was trained purely with reinforcement learning, and to make DeepSeek's R1 better, they used reinforcement learning and supervised learning, and on top of that, GPT and Gemini, all these are closed source technologies, meaning we cannot directly access, modify their code, database or technology. We can only track from the output or interface shown to us. Whereas DeepSeek is an open source technology, we can directly access DeepSeek's code, see it, download it, modify it and create new models. On top of this, DeepSeek's founder also mentioned that to train DeepSeek, they did not use the best quality chips, which are Nvidia H100 chips, probably because they did not have access to them. And why this access is not available, I will come to this later. But these models basically made using 2000 Nvidia H800 chips, which are much less advanced compared to all the technology available to these big tech giants. So this makes this feat even more remarkable. Okay, so now let's talk about why DeepSeek had such a big impact. Every few days we see a new AI model or a new AI technology, or we already have OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini Cloud. Then what did DeepSeek do that caused the entire market to crash? And now all these tech giants are in a frenzy. The simple answer is the cost effectiveness of higher and more advanced AI models. You all can use OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google's Gemini for free, just like DeepSeek R1 and R10. But to use the advanced AI models of OpenAI and Google, you have to pay a hefty amount. Whereas on the other hand, the same capability and same advanced technology of DeepSeek R1 is completely free of cost available. And this is the cost effectiveness which has created this huge impact. If I explain this to you with a simple example, you will have to spend $15 to use OpenAI's O1 model for 1 million tokens. But for the same work, you can do 1 million token inputs on DeepSeek for just 55 cents. And it's not that this technology or these advanced models are just free now and you will have to pay for them later. DeepSeek has trained its entire AI model in such a way, and they have designed their hardware in such a way that in the future they can provide you with these advanced computing and advanced AI models at the same cost. And if we do a head-to-head comparison of DeepSeek with GPT, with Cloud, and with Gemini, once again, another amazing part about DeepSeek which clearly makes it stand out is that DeepSeek is completely open, so you can directly access DeepSeek's codebase, download it onto your computers, your systems. You can modify it, so all the small tech startups or researchers, for them this is very beneficial because now they can directly use AI models like DeepSeek to build their tech models on it. But wait, still the list of why this is so monumental and why this is so impressive, this list is not finished yet. First of all, DeepSeek R1 was publicly released on the same day as Donald Trump's presidential swearing-in ceremony. So definitely this was a way for China to send a message to you. And another interesting part of the story is that a few years ago, the USA imposed some sanctions to restrict the export of high-end GPUs and high-end chips to countries like China. The USA basically divided all countries into three categories: Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Tier 1 is those countries where it is easy to have cutting-edge technology GPUs. You can easily export and sell to them. In Tier 2, there are countries where some restrictions will be placed, and in Tier 3, there are countries where many restrictions will be placed, making it almost impossible to import such technology there. China was part of Tier 3, and that is why until October 2023, when these sanctions were in place, China could very easily obtain these advanced Nvidia chips, which that easily able to import. And that is why I think DeepSeek is also made using these chips, because in China they have these chips access, but after that even more advanced GPUs and chips from Nvidia and other companies have been released, such as Nvidia's H100, around which many AI models are now being built. But after that, companies in China did not have access to such advanced chips, yet they have developed such a strong artificial intelligence. So this is another reason why this is so impressive. And as you must have already read in the news, after this release of DeepSeek and seeing this performance, all US tech stocks have plummeted badly. The most significant example being Nvidia, whose stock price in just almost 17% fell, and from their market cap, more than $500 billion ended. Besides this, if we talk about other tech companies like Tesla, Meta, and Google, their stock prices also dropped by 1 to 5%, which is a huge amount. And the simple reason for this is that the investors' thesis so far was that these big tech companies have so much money, so many resources, so much talent that they will definitely lead this AI race, or Nvidia, which makes such strong chips, and through these strong chips, you can win this AI race. They have access to all these things, so definitely these big tech companies will win the AI race. This was the investors' thought process until now, but ever since DeepSeek was released, a question mark has emerged on this thought process, this investment thesis. If a small hedge fund company in China, using just $6 million as a side project, has developed such tech, which even these big companies, billion-dollar funded startups like OpenAI and trillion-dollar tech giants like Nvidia and Google, then perhaps our investment thesis wrong, and that is probably why we are seeing this bloodbath right now in the whole United States stock market, especially in the tech stocks. You guys let me know in the comment section, what do you think of DeepSeek? Don't forget to hit subscribe. See you in the next video.